The Cree language is so special. Aboriginal people are the only ones that ever acknowledge that their language comes from the Creator.
Our language is from that land. You know, your spirit carries that knowledge, but it has to be awakened. And that should be the purpose of learning a language, not just I want to speak Cree.
My sock puppet's name's Wadaskam, and my other puppet, well, she is a chief.
When you're out on that land and you're creating things, you're creating a relationship with that object that you're making. Now, we have lots of elders, but they don't work like these ones. They know teachings, but they don't live teachings. And these ones don't give teachings, they just live the teachings. So that's a true role of the elders.
This land-based Cree language and culture camp was held at Egg Lake, Manitoba, on the traditional territory of the Apaskwayak Cree Nation. Friends of all ages came together to explore Cree concepts of Wagotowin, good relations, and Minopumatsowin, living a good life. The focus of Aski Achimowin was to revitalize the Cree language through hands-on activities centered on language, storytelling, and land-based knowledge. Participants work closely to strengthen their cultural identity and share about their life experiences. They remain dedicated to preserving and sharing the Cree language.
Ma utitaputa giskinomoagu guisto. Kina na nisani matipina we mantu egi minikuak ayamiwin. Kina na pogo. Yenainuanwak. Mo paganayak.
I came here because I needed to, as my commitment to myself in promoting my language and my culture, to kind of revamp myself so that my teaching would be a lot better, the creativity in me flowing.
My name is Esther Sanderson. Wapiganini Point Snigasun, and I'm from the Opaskwayak Cree Nation, and I work for the University College of the North. We're trying to teach also language in isolation of activity.
My name is Sasha Stiskel, and I'm 10 years old, and I'm from Puckedawagan, and my last name's Castell, and my very last name is White Bear.
Kaya siya na madalian kita ya, oh? Iya. Iya ko na ade mo papay gimi got picture gima ade gimani.
The treaty medallion was where they got the idea of that. Sometimes we have flowers, or we have the eagle, or the beaver, or the women water walkers, which is one that I have. It's a historical thing, really. And I don't know how many people actually know that when we wear our medallions, where they came from.
My name is Brooklyn. I'm from Puckedawagan, and I like turtles and bears because my dad is a turtle. My mom is a bear.
My name is Doris Young, and I work at the University College of the North. My home is the Opaskwayak Cree Nation, Treaty 5 area, having a good life by developing those good relationships and being respectful when we're on the land and around the fire when we were doing the sticks on the bannock.
That was good.
Northern Manitoba is mainly Aboriginal. I've been at the University College in North for 20 years, and I'm the advisor to the president on Aboriginal affairs, working with communities, program development, faculty, also with the students, and learning about the culture, the history, the things that are important to strengthen their identity. Over 70% of our student population are Aboriginal.
Learning a language is fun. Cree is a language that describes It describes everything.
Aski Achimowin is about the land, the culture. We wanted students and the participants that come to know what the land means to us as a people.
There's stories behind why we're doing everything from the land. And that's why it's important for me to be outside when you're trying to teach a language. We're people that learn from doing activities. And I often wonder how people learn a language sitting in a classroom. You can't relate it to anything. But whereas when you're out on the land, you can learn. You can learn what that rock is for, and you can give it a name, and you can see what it is.
Kauti naman sa maskiki, you offer kipagitina sun sistema, you offer tobacco.
Two of the things that we wanted the participants to know about was Wagutuwin and Minopimatisiwin, that they would learn what those two words meant. They're very deep, meaningful words. Wagutuwin is having a relationship, and I would put in front of it Mino Wagutuwin, meaning good relationships. We wanted that to happen as we're doing our work with the crafts or on the land when we're looking for the medicines.
It's all land-based. Everything all the activities we've done came from the land, right? And it really tells you how the kinship or the relationships that Aboriginal people had with the land and then to their families.
Ako may sigiski tamani ista. Why I know medicine? Igigiski no hamoit ni kawi. No astay how. No kum ako ni kawi agigiski no hamoit. Ni ma'am how my mother and my granny showed me medicine.
Everything that we have on the earth has been placed by the Creator for us to use. There's nothing on the land that we are not able to use.
The birch bark canoe came from the birch bark tree. I was fascinated by the canoe and how it was built. Then the paddles, of course, were made from the wood, and they used the canoe for their fishing, for their hunting, their trapping. The rivers, of course, took them to many places all over Canada and North America. It was a light canoe, it was portable, and it was hard to get holes in it once it was made. So it was a wonderful means of transportation. The family crest came on it. People would know if it was your family canoe or a relative of yours coming in when you saw the canoes.
I really enjoyed all the stories that the elders were telling us as we were doing the activities.
The women that are here are wonderful. It's good to have that kind of relationship with somebody you're working with, that you appreciate their gift and their knowledge and their skills. And so you tell them and you make that connection.
The role of the elders here is to guide us and to make sure that we're doing things properly. They're also here to offer prayers, if that's what they went to do. They could assign anybody to say those prayers, but they prefer to do it themselves.
Sometimes when we're working with one another and we have to do our songs or our prayers, Teresa is very strong about that. She'll say, don't be shy and don't let it go, and not shying away from the responsibility that we're here to carry out.
I like the way that the 90-year-old elder, she's so precious, you know, and I'm so honored that she's here, and that's her sister. So they work together and they tease one another so that not everything is serious, and they sing together and they pray together. Those elders are showing us how families learn together and live together in a good way. And it's really obvious to me. I can see that. To me, those are real elders.
When we were developing this program, we knew that we wanted elders to come and teach. We were going to let them do the teaching. I had no idea how good they were. They have real skills. They're great teachers and great Cree speakers.
I am a Cree teacher. I work at a Cree bilingual school, and so it's 50% Cree and 50% English. So I teach the elementary Cree.
It's hard to teach Cree when you come from a Western university. Even though you speak Cree, you learn about words and things, but in Cree you learn concepts. You have to know what those concepts mean. You have to know math to set this teepee up, otherwise it'll fall. And you look up there and the angle that they have has to be the perfect angle. The sweat lodge is also made that way. You have to use a certain number of trees and a certain kind of tree to make that sweat lodge and for it to be able to stand. Otherwise, it may burn in there.
I learned a lot of Cree words. Tigo means brush your hair. Aski means wash your face. Nipawe, that means stand up. Upe means sit down. And Gawasima means sleep. Wanska means get up.
I think we've learned Wagutuin and how it relates to living a good life. You have to, and they share. They share what they've learned, and they help one another. And I'm happy that the teachers in training are really doing a good job, you know, and especially those kids. Like, they're very patient with them and they show them how to do things. And that, to me, that's real teaching going on.
Even though some of our work is hard, that we don't let it go, and that we always pick it up every day in a good way and move forward with it.
That everything you make, you lay your hands on it and you've given it spirit, part of your spirit. They're making that relationship, Wagutuin, with that object that they've made. And I think that that's an important lesson or a teaching that we neglect when we get our students to make things. And I'm sure that if we did, and kids will learn how to respect what it is that they've made.
When they're sewing and they ask what this means, that's what they start to learn how to talk Cree.
Ay hiyo pego ni sa gitna na isidini ya kimami de kaminano at sa kuwihituwin. Ako istawa ay hiyo agi usitigi tikisawasak nge agi siha tiki uti idini kanisa aga gwitsi maya ako tansawi sigida tat aga meset utamagmana tansema ay si wapa mata idini kanis mats ako na ya hawa na pek ay haw misqueezes medo papa wadas kam kisigida so dewa Auge papa wadas kamatsi kusika isikita tao awa kitsidini ganis how hoeteo agani ko taka ayuse hat tansema ditio kana miu maskwa eteo maskwa iskuyo ese ai mami toni deta igusagi se ai awase sakuta gani ko taka ko tagi pigiske no hamas otsek Without a mammy to need it, I got tansawi siki that tatsik kapawamitsik. I got poya how get there, kapawamo, tansika siki that there, how I got any in the knee and is a poor with the one. You got out and mouth chipatic at go with the wind.
That language we got from the Creator, that's our gift. That's why it's so important. If they lost those young people, it's going to lose everything.
Apoma. So gati the to win strength.
I usually use lots of colors in my raw painted because I wanted to make a moon that is so light and so bright.
Pegwan san ma asine rock, just like Apapamitsimitik when they go through the rivers, where my musumak, my great chapans drew some art on the rocks telling other people that if there's a witigo, like a shabby they call it, a witigo. So they'll draw a witigo on the rock, or a moose, where there's lots of moose, or a fish, sturgeon, they'll put those on the rock. So that when that other people come in, they'll see the paintings and then they'll say, aha, hota ayaw muso, ayaw sturgeon, tagam sabi, you know, anis ayaw wihtigo gitu. Kiku start to go sa na wihtigo sabi. Because I used to hear stories about that. And I used to be scared to play outside in the dark. Maybe that's why they tell us those stories, to stay inside in the dark time. Hi, Gwani. Ako ano so squeeze sakni so ani my two Japans. I'm a sinipihigi check they draw the paintings on the rock. Igwanani we start they're telling stories of their family, stories of their life. Ite sami doidi tahago like one of them drew a flower. Iwi mi doidi tani piga na the flower. Agwaya how kutak anawi sta masinaha mantak the turtle, that's his father's name. Iguido mi doidi mat oniki higuamistahe. Igusan ma that story of the significance of the rock painting. Yeah. Apuawinan pit they use a rock to put in your grave. We're making one for my brother. We actually found a big rock. We're gonna put his name. And my other brother's a painter. He got this picture tastido. We're gonna go put it in a grave.
Igo tamana pipi si sawasi si gipusa siwa de ta anistawi si magi ko tagi wi genau. With up cap it's a hido itidi ta umamawi a hi wi awi higa siwa sot agomana anistawi git pipi si sagamana tippa mi heti ko tamana ga siwa da chikayas. Agama a hi much kapigo tagi siwa da yo kapapamuti chik no chimi with the man a pisik sakay nuta kami kasi chika kamanuti ake kutachik with ani ganay hido katatawin ako itaisip pimuti chika gana wasi si say hiyo kawisa kahut kawisa kachapa huta puay hido nipisa pimuti chik nutsime kiki manachi hiyo ako tawasimi siwawa ako mana mawiso chika pumana anu kuhti chika pumana pani sawi chiki kada mana anu chita chiki chimadi wak mani gotaya hawa utawasimi siwa ako mana na awasi si sagi kana apahgi pero nigi kiskina hamasik mana ikutan ma ni do chausin autin sito tamani ako mai hiyo che aga pachichika tiginagan ikutawis tan tawasimi spiakin kia tao nkoses tihinagani mista higi ko adagiski de tamedoin tau sichigit.
Twinkle twinkle little star, how I wonder what you are.
I made a soft puppet, but my favorite part for me to make a mouse.
Nitisinigasun Isabel.
Nitisinigasun Isabel.
Egiusiak
Egiusiak
Ininiganis
Ininiganis
Isinigasu
Isinigasu
Wapigwani.
Wapingani.
Well, in our ceremonies, every child, every baby gets a name. I'm sure every indigenous group around the world has a ceremony for naming their babies. Like we're not just John, Jack, Billy, or whatever. We get a name that suits us for who we are. And we're teaching the kids that these dolls that they've made them in a respectful way. And so we're putting part of a ceremony into making those dolls.
We call them our spirit names so that when we pray to Creator, we say our name, and that's how Creator knows us. They don't know me by Doris, they'll know me by my Cree name, which is Maskami Benesi Squel. So when I pray, that's how I will start my prayer, this is who I am, and I'm from this particular clan, which is the Beaver clan. And so they were teaching these young ones and the participants here about that procedure, about that knowledge that we all have names. And so that is the significance. The participants would go into this little ceremony of their own to name their puppets. And so that we would know those puppets by those special names that they gave them. So they were following a Cree tradition, an Aboriginal tradition, really.
Dance.
Nida.
Nida.
Maskwa iskul.
Moskva school.
Pagitawagani.
Pagkawagan he.
Oche.
Uche.
Nida.
Nida.
Kinanasko mitnala.
Isunasana.
Ipintuhtali.
Ito pitali.
Egose.
That's it.
It's the stages of being a newborn to a child to a woman.
This is Waspisonia. That's where they put babies when they're traveling. Na canoe, comfortable, not cold, but fall asleep any time, and the mother hold the baby while they're traveling. This is how they used to dress up when they're traveling. Kawanigi, trapping. Somebody was kind of hat used to put on. And glasses and a dress.
Mama, sikopitata. Ako, itapa mi hisuwina no eguti.
The medicines are the gift from the land for our health. We're picking a medicine that the Creator has given us, and so we usually do a ceremony allowing us to take that plant's life.
It is said that the Aboriginal people learned early what the medicines were for, where to find them. But I think also they looked at the animals as to what they were eating.
When we go out on the land and pick the berries, the sweetgrass, the sage, the cedar, if there's any, that we grow tobacco now.
This is natural tobacco. It's called Tishtima in Cree.
The teas, there's medicines that'll cure cancer, diabetes, arthritis, any illness that we have, somebody knows a cure for it. And that's the significance of going out on the land and picking the medicines.
This is balsam. Napagasi. And we took this on top. There's a gum inside. And I slide it and make some cream. So for the sores or anything, even when you sore like arthritis, it's good.
We wanted to teach the young ones what that medicine is for, why they have to respect it, and how to use it properly. They have to know which is a good medicine and which is not a good medicine. Otherwise you could kill people.
It's not just a nature walk, you know. It's more than that.
Maskawawat mistai kisteni tagan inini naguti nautse. Egutaka ginagion kipita siwatan esigisteni taman. Pegan tapiskuts kante pitigen kimantum ayugit kitayamian kimantum kigagetsimau tawichi skutaskik. Egumina kitayamias tamasun mina kiwagu maganak kiwichioganak itutemak. Ego si pegana ni mayo ayo maskimawat ntisigano paten. Ego mina ni gaisi apachitayan ayawa. Kego naita isa pita sawaton. Pita stayan tas kutsayaw asini. Nantawe sigiskisiyan kegon. Sagitayan. e giut natana ayau asine e gachi e giskisidu tawat. E ogi pimuta tana nima. E mi nani mayo kutagiani maskusia puwiges puwigaswa sita. Ego si se papa gana ni gegona e sigiskinomaga yakta isiapataga ni mamaskige. Ego mi nayo umisipugu isiayak ta isigiskinomot e witap matayak. Manay nayo tapiskuts e chigas tepiswan. Managagaskitan ta witamot kiche tanisian e sigistenitaga giayawa maskigya. Tawitap mat puayak ta chimustot. Kisiwak tawitap mat.
Those are medicine bags. There's some medicine in there, like wikis, cedar, sage, and sweetgrass. When we pray, you smudge yourself. Just like you take in a shower, especially to use the feather.
5 online videos articulate the relationships between language, land, and worldview. These Cree language supports are practical and engaging. Through a unique storywork approach, the voices of elders, educators, and youth are blended with hands-on teachings, featuring medicine bags, cradleboards, homemade dolls, sock puppets, and rock paintings. We welcome you to enjoy these teaching tools.
When we say that, it's a sacred language. They are entering into a relationship with that language. If I wanted to learn Cree from somebody else, I would have to approach them in a very special way, maybe with tobacco, and say, could you teach me how to speak the language? And I'm really interested in it's part of my heritage, and it's important for me to know it.
If we don't really have a purpose other than I want to speak Cree, to me that's not a purpose. You can't learn that language in isolation. You learn words, but that's not a language. Those are words. I speak Cree, but I've been going to the Medewin Lodge, and I've learned the Lodge language. So when I hear these words not being used in a lodge, I understand what they're saying outside of the lodge. So that's like using ceremony as a way to teach the language is a good way. Those kids will remember. When you're going into a lodge, you always walk left. And so by doing that, you've incorporated into your being again. It's always part of your spirit.
Hago mo tawaskits. Umay, this is a natural makeup. You put your makeup.
This program has been one of learning, of teaching, of being together so that we could get to know what the culture means to us, and in a way that was pleasant, playful, and fun.
I love the environment. I think it is really suitable. I love the lake. Brings out the best side of you, your creativity, your imagination, right? Kindness, sharing. It's a lot of good things happening.
It wasn't just about, the material things, it was the spiritual things, which is what our language, our culture is about. It would be really good if we could have a camp like this every year.
I wish next year I'll be here again. Yes, that's my wish.
I'm gonna tell all my friends what I just learned from Eagle Lake.